2, 3, 4. You say you stand by your man. You tell me something I don't understand. You said you love me, and that's a fact. And then you left me.
And the way that we do that, or the way that I find is the best way to do it, is find the centre, which is obviously the one that doesn't move. And what we're going to do now is make a measurement for the outside of the chuck itself, the jaws, what we just talked about earlier in the video. Right, all we're going to do is put a mark on the measurement that we need so that the jaws will open up onto it. And what we're going to do is just turn that round to there. Then we're going to have a foot of approximately 15 millimeters. Now that you've got the little dovetail part for the chuck, what we're going to do now is this is going to be the foot of a bowl or a dish, and we want that very, very slightly chamfered off because it'll make a nice smooth base for it to sit on. So all we're going to do, we're on cutting or centre height, we're going to turn it on, and with your skew chisel, just to see, I only want the difference of a millimetre, if that, and just have it very, very slightly going in over. Just take a little bit more of while we get the blow. But what I'll do first, I'm just going to take a couple of millimetres off here so it will make the foot more pronounced. As I said, I'm just going to cut about 2 millimetres off. So feet about 20 inches apart, as I keep saying. Make sure that you're going to rub the bevel. A bit more. There we go. That should be okay. What we're going to do now is just true this up because this is going to be the foot. As I say, or as I said earlier on, right on centre. And we're going to do it with a skew chisel. And you want that until it stops the chattering and it's running smooth. And that's it. Right, what we're going to do now is we're going to shape this. So what I intend to do is turn that to a 45-degree angle. And when I say 45, so we can just start to nibble away at this corner. Now, as I said, just turn that round to make sure it's not catching anywhere. And then what we're going to use then is the ball gouge again. So if you turn that on, stand with your feet about 20 inches apart. Now, as I've said before, just nice and gentle, take a bit off, and keep the weight, bit of pressure on with your left hand onto it like that. We've got all the time in the world. And what we're doing, we are cutting fine pieces. Don't be too greedy and take too much off, because all you'll do, you'll get a catch. We've got all the time in the world. Woodturning is supposed to be a very pleasurable hobby, which it is. Now I think what we'll do, we'll try and put a little bit of a shape to the bottom. So we'll go in, then back round and then out. So what we'll do is turn that round and we'll go nice and easy. Make sure that you're rubbing the bevel. Just take a little bit off, because I don't want to. What you don't want to do is cut too much at once. So take a little bit off there. Right. Pick up the cut again, rubbing that bevel, and we're going to go in. As I say, don't try to cut too much at once. Right, so we're going to go in, then back out again slightly, and then just take that back that way now. Meet it up. We'll just have a quick look at that. Yeah, that's okay. We're going to come back out and then round and up to the top to make a bowl shaped. Right. Right, now start to go in. I think what we'll do, to be on the safe side, we'll just move the banjo and the tool rest, and what we'll do now, we will turn it, make sure everything's okay. Right, as I said, feet 20 inches apart, pressure with your left hand, rub the bevel, just turn it slightly. As I said, we want to be about pointing at about 10 o'clock on the clock, and making sure the more you turn it up over, that way the more aggressive cut. So you want it at about facing about 10 o'clock on a clock. Now when you go to an edge, turn it in over, where you start off at 10 and then gradually work it round to about quarter to, and rubbing that bevel. That's it. Time to move the tool rest in. Turn it, make sure that nothing's touching. I don't know whether the camera's picking that up, but as I'm pushing in, it's starting at 10 and then slowly working it round so that you're rubbing the bevel at all times. Just turn it and slightly turn it round. That's right. Right, we'll do a push cut this time just to do a bit more shaping. Rubbing the bevel. A very, very fine cut. Just see how we do with it. It's nice and smooth. I don't know whether you can see that, but we just need to take that little bit just to do a bit more shape on here, and then that should be okay. A nice fine cut, rubbing the bevel, then turn it round. Right, I'm just going to have a quick look and see how that is. Yes, it's getting to a decent type of shape. I'm just going to take a very, very fine cutting of it now, and it's just to make for the finishing cut, just ready for sanding. So make sure that your tailstock's nice and tight. Take the slight rubbing the bevel, very, very, very fine. I don't know whether you can see how fine I'm taking that, but rub that bevel. Now as you can see, it's the shape that we want, the general shape. I think we'll just take that, round that off a little bit more. So we'll try to do one cut, get it into shape, and then it'll be ready for sanding. As I keep saying, repeat myself, pick the cut up, rub the bevel, try to do it in one cut if possible. Right, we've got it to the shape that we want. It's got the foot on it, it's got the chucking point. What I would do now is sand it down probably 120 or even 180 because it's got a nice edge to it. 180, 240. Then I would apply a nice sanding sealer, or clean it off first, then sanding sealer, and then I would apply Yorkshire grit, then a couple of coats of wax. But we're not going to do it on this occasion. We're going to take it from the worm screw, and we're going to put this into the chuck. And the way that you do that is to just turn it round and unscrew it from the worm screw. And what we're going to do now is remove the worm close that down, put that into the jaws and then open them up. Just put a bit of pressure into the centre, and what I'm going to do now, I'm going to show you the gap that you require to get it centralised. You know, when I've been telling you about the 3mm gap, I'm hoping that's got it there. So now it will put even pressure on round the chuck. What we're going to do now, there's a couple of ways we can hollow out, but I think for this video I'm going to use the traditional tools. So we're going to turn round to the shortened wings, turn the chisel round, make sure that it's nice and tight, and we want to be cutting just above centre, which will be too high there, so we'll just let that down a bit. And when you present the tool, you are cutting just above centre height, just up a little touch,